Hey guys, Ian here. Just wanted to drop this video on a step-by-step guide on how to attain your mortgage license. This is really where I've really flourished in the mortgage industry, and realistically, this is the first step of you getting into the industry, is getting your mortgage license. This is what's helped me made millions in business, and hopefully we can get you in that same direction by following this step-by-step guide and getting your mortgage license.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm making another video, just made the last one, so just wanted to go off the last thing, which was how to actually obtain your mortgage license, right? If you heard my last video and create some interest on this career and what's possible, be able to make income, be able to have 250,000 or more a year, that's 100% possible. But what's the first step, right? What's gonna be your first step to taking action on that is actually besides contacting us, we're always going to revert you to get your mortgage license, right? Like before I even started at a company, I made sure I got my mortgage license and passed the test. And it is not an easy test. It does require a few steps and hours and studying and your complete focus on it because it is meant to be a difficult test and not everyone passes. So I didn't pass my first time. Not that I was pretty on top of it, but my business partner, he loves saying this, but he failed 5 times before he actually passed. And he's a smart dude. He's a co-founder of our company here. So the point is, let's go ahead and get started on the step-by-step guide of how to obtain your mortgage license. It's simple, way simpler than you think. I actually have a template that I send to most people that are interested already, built out, and then I'll share that in the link in below here for these videos. But let's go ahead and get started on this. So I have a Zoom call right here that I'm recording that I'll share with you guys too. So yeah, I don't have to sell you on this industry. That's why I did it before if there's any interest. So let's get you straight into the license here. So really the first step, I have how to obtain your mortgage license here. Really, its first step is just registering for your mortgage license on the NMLS, the National Mortgage Licensing System. I'll provide the links for that as well. This is what it looks like. This is the National Mortgage uh, Licensing System. So this is the website. You're going to go to individual. You're going to put in the code. It's going to ask you for really just some personal information. You're going to create an account. Create individual account. This is where you start filling everything in. Pretty simple. You're making your account. It's going to ask for a lot of personal information. From there, you need to study. You need to study for sure. So first step is actually getting your 20 hours that is required for you to obtain and take your test. Depending on what state you're in, you might have additional hours that you might have to complete. But for the national licensing exam, the minimum hours required is a 20-hour required prerequisite for you to be able to take the test. So the company I use is Mortgage Educators. They're a great company. They have all the states. So like their system is pretty simple. You go to new license. They have tons of coupon codes. I have our own coupon code for a discount, but they have it going on all the time. And if you've asked them to, hey, can you help me out? And I'm sure they could take some more off the top, but you'll just select the state that you're looking to get licensed in. So in the new state, you have a mortgage license. You have a few different options here. Free course demo. You could do a live webinar. You could do self-guided. I like to do the self-guided, but here's the state. I'm going to go Nevada. So we're going to do the Nevada. Here, Nevada requires a 10-hour as well. You don't need to do the 10-hour to take the test, but I recommend it because it's going to be just helpful for you to know more information. But this is the deal here. You select this, select the type of track you want. I don't have to go in details. You guys could figure this part out, to be honest, because it's not that difficult. And if you have this much difficulty, then we might have a problem. So I'm just gonna show you everything in here. So that's the study. We're gonna complete the 20 hours. You're gonna take some study exams, which I'll put some links for that. There's Pass the Safe exam that I've used personally, Copy Cram for like more of a flashcard system to kind of memorize a few things. And then from there, you're gonna schedule the test. You're gonna do that in the NMLS once you register and everything. I'm going to provide you another link as well for the NMLS Resource Center, which is going to be giving you more information on how to obtain your license based off the state, kind of give you more of a background. So I'll provide that link as well. But overall, once you do the 20 hours, you want to schedule a test. One thing that it isn't very important about scheduling tests, once you schedule it and you take it, and if you let's just say you don't pass, you have three opportunities to take the test that have to be 30 days apart each time. If that third time that you don't pass, you have to wait minimum of 6 months before taking your test again. So that's right, 6 months you have to wait. So you really want to shoot to pass the first time, ideally, but you have 2 more opportunities after that before you have to wait an additional 6 months. But even in between those first three, you have to wait 30 days each time. So once you do schedule and pass the test, in the NMLS, there's going to be additional instructions. Sometimes get a little confusing on times. NMLS is a great resource where you could just give them a call and they'll help you out, but you have to do fingerprints. You have to do fingerprints to pass a background check, and they run your credit. They'll talk to you about that as well, but if you don't have, if you have some blemishes or imperfect credit, there might be some things that might hold you back into actually obtaining your license, which they'll talk in the NMLS resource. You'll be able to see exactly the requirements and what can actually cause you to not obtain a license. So, they do check on this. They want to make sure people are that are going into this industry to have a sound and a sound and good credit, and other requirements on the background check, like felonies and stuff, that you're going to look out for. So let's just say you've passed the test. Congrats. You filled everything out, completed the background credit check. You're good to go. What's the next step from there? Really, it's obtaining, hanging your license that you have now. First, obtaining a state specific. So let's just say it's Nevada. You have Nevada. You could go do other states as well, but it's really about finding a mortgage company. And there's really going to be 2 types of companies you're going to be looking out for, where that's really out there in the market. It's more of a retail company, more traditional. So this is like a bank, mortgage bank, whether it's like a big company like Loan Depot or Rocket or other name brands as well. There's also smaller companies that offer their own products within in-house, which I've worked at both this and what our company is, which is a broker. I like the broker model, honestly, personally, way more, because we have a lot more availability of products, and we could offer a better deal typically for most clients. So the process is a lot simpler. Again, I'm biased because that's the company I run, but do your research. We love to take you on as a potential if this is something of interest. But once you hang your license, us as the company sponsor you. We have our process that we do, which is our interview and onboarding and get you training. And that's what we like to do. We like to get new people in here, show them the opportunity that's available in front of them. And a lot of companies don't provide great training. I think our training is somewhat good, and we're continuing improving in order for you to actually achieve real results, right? And that's what's important to us. So here you kind of have a breakdown as well of the hours, the cost of it. It's going to be close to, in total, around $835 what I have. That could be a little bit off, but overall you're spending almost $800 from the tests, the preparation, the background check, the credit report, the state fee, the processing fee, and then all included with your 20 hours. Well, after that, you're set in stone, but it's a small cost to be able to achieve results in an industry that required not much, no degrees, like I said in the last video, in order to obtain your mortgage license and then have a future income that you control. Like I said, it changed my life, and hopefully it'll change yours, but this is what I made this video for. So,
all right, guys, there it is. Very simple and easy. I mean, this is going to be a less than a 10-minute video on how to actually obtain your license, but the value that you guys will get by obtaining your mortgage license is going to be really so much more than this short video, right? Putting yourself in the position to be able to obtain an income level that you haven't had before is going to be so beneficial, right? It's changed my life. It's changed others' lives that worked for me. So again, this is just going to be the beginning of your journey on getting your mortgage license and stepping into the industry. So if you like the video, or if you have any questions, feel free to just follow me or DM me on Instagram, and I'll be sure to get back in touch with you as we go through the journey. And as I make more videos, your first steps into the industry after your license is like, what can you do to find more success in the industry? How are you actually going to be able to obtain more income for yourself? Just because you have a license doesn't mean you're going to find success. There's plenty of people, even in real estate, that have their real estate license, but they're still not making what they've really set out for themselves in the beginning, right? To have a large amount of surplus of income in order to obtain. It's not easy, but it is important to surround yourself in some environments and obtain some skills along the way, which I'll talk about in another video. So, hope you guys liked it, and take care.